So, we're back. Kind of left it on a cliffhanger there the last time. Probably pissing people off that one. But it finally is actually time to crown the number one movie. It was always the intention all along to give the number one movie its whole separate video. A video which I believe, if I'm correct with my calculations, will be going out live on the YouTube channel on Christmas Day 2020. If you're new, why the hell are you jumping on number one? Go all the way back to the start, watch the playlist, watch all 100 movies plus the honourable mentions. It's a whole journey. If you're not new, thank you so much for following along on the journey. Whether you're following it from day one when it's uploaded, or you're watching it in the year 2026 or beyond, and you're back watching it, and maybe I'm like not even on YouTube anymore. Who knows what's going to happen? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Hopefully you've watched all of the list. And hopefully you've watched all these movies because they're damn good. There's 100 movies, including the honourable mentions, 105 movies. How many have you watched? Let me know in the comments below. How many have you not watched? That's more important because they're movies you need to go see. Because if they're on this list, they're damn good movies and they will not disappoint. If I could watch all 105 of these movies all over again, I would. And I'd enjoy every minute of it. And you can only ever watch a movie for the first time once. Unless, of course, amnesia. And then you get to watch them all over again. Find out about Darth Vader. Find out about the Joker. Watch The Dark Knight for the first time. Watch Eternal Sunshine for the first time. Whoops, Take Manhattan. All the great movies that were on the list. Along the way, we've mentioned films from some iconic directors. We've had Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Frank Darabont, Milos Forman. I'm trying to think them all. They're not coming to my brain. They're all in there. Frank Oz, Muppets again. As well as that, some fantastic actors, in particular Tom Hanks. How many of these movies feature Tom Hanks? A hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. That guy is a very special actor. And hopefully he's going to make many, many more movies. But I think I've procrastinated enough. I've dragged it out quite a bit now. You know, even put an extra video in the middle. I considered putting the bloopers out first, before the number one, which technically would have meant the number one video going out on the 1st of January. That could have been cool, but I guess I missed out on that. Bloopers will be out next week. So here we go. The number one movie, the greatest ever movie on MovieFilm's 100 greatest movies list is...
My father taught me many things. He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. My offer is this. Nothing. If anything in this life is certain, if history's taught us anything, it says you can kill anyone. I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Admit it, when the screen went black, you thought I did it again. I considered it, you know, stretches out for like 6 videos. But we're finally there. The Godfather Part Two. Undisputable, undeniable, unarguable, that wasn't a word, undeniably the greatest movie ever made. Now I'm sure some people will deny it. They'll say Citizen Kane's better or Shawshank's better. And that's the great thing about movies. Everybody has their own favourite. Godfather Part 2 is a very special movie. Of course, you've got a very young Robert De Niro in there. You've got Al Pacino, Diane Keaton, Robert Duvall, many other people. It's a gangster movie. That's always pretty cool. Francis Ford Coppola. It's the second in a movie. It's a sequel. A sequel is the greatest movie of all time. I wish Star Wars could have learned from that. Technically they did. They got number 6. But, you know, sequels to the original series could have been better. The Godfather, of course, based on a book by Mario Puzo. Now, The Godfather Part 1 already featured on the list. And as I mentioned further back in the list, I tried not to put in too many sequels. I only put in one Back to the Future film, when I could have put in all 3. I did put in all the Star Wars original films, but I didn't put in The Phantom Menace as much as I wanted to. I didn't put in Sharknado 2, or Sharknado 1, or Sharknado 3, We put in The Godfather Part 2 because it's a standout movie. Weirdly, in my research, I found that on IMDb, The Godfather Part 1 has a higher rating than Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 1 is a phenomenal movie. That's the one with Marlon Brando in it. It's got some fantastic action. Both films have fantastic action, fantastic scenes, memorable dialogue. But The Godfather 2, I believe, takes it to a whole new level and is definitely Al Pacino's greatest performance. And as well, we had those heart-wrenching moments with Fredo. We all know what you did, Fredo. We all know what you did.
You're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do. I don't want to see you at the hotels. I don't want you near my house. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance so I won't be there.
If, for some reason, you haven't seen the Godfather Trilogy, watch Godfather Part 1, watch Godfather Part 2, pretend Godfather Part 3, you watched it and it's good. Godfather Part 2, in my opinion, in our opinion, in MovieFilm's opinion, the greatest ever movie. Disagree? Talk to us in those comments. What do you think should have been number one? Do you agree with number one? Let us know your thoughts on the entire list. And hopefully, during this countdown, you had fun, you interacted, you told us what your favourite films are. If you haven't, let us know in the comments below. We'll be down there interacting for a while, even though I believe it's going out on Christmas Day, so might be a few beers deep. As I said earlier, if you followed along with this journey, if you watched all the videos, the entire list, thank you so much for your support. It means the world for me as I try to grow this YouTube channel into something. I give out about a lot of movies on this channel, so it was good to finally have a moment where I could take some time to appreciate the movies I love. 105 of the movies I love. Hopefully you've enjoyed the list. If you haven't, so this is going to be the last video for the list, not for the channel. Although that's technically not correct, because as I said, next week we've got the bloopers. You know, you get to see behind the scenes what a terrible presenter I actually am, although you probably know. That has been the list of the 100 greatest movies. Now what do we do?